All right, so I call this the fingering crash course because if you needed to teach someone quickly how to play a 2-octave F major scale, that's a pretty easy thing to do on the bassoon considering all the fingerings that are available. Also, if you want to use this as review, that's a great use of this, this procedure. And if you were teaching a student who was fairly advanced, who wanted to be successful right away and give them a good challenge, this is a manageable scale. So 2 octaves is the goal. And so here we go. So the first 7 fingers we know create an F scale, starting from open with the whisper key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gives an F scale, but it has a B natural because we have a B natural here. So go ahead and play that scale first. Now, we know what a real major scale is supposed to sound like, so we need B flat. And that happens after A. We add our B flat key back here. Okay, so instead of going to B, you're going to leave that finger down and add this thumb to raise that pitch. Try that now. A and then B flat. And then from there, you lift all 3 of those to get a C. 1, 2, 3 fingers up here is C. So try A, B flat, C. Whoa. Now, I've got that fingering down. I can do my F major scale. Excuse me, starting with a low F on the pinky. So I've already got 1 octave, and I really just had to teach that B flat. Now we get to half whole G. So you explain, okay, show me the G from earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the whisper. When we play G up an octave, we use the half hole. So the finger goes below that hole, and it comes out an octave higher. Now, if you're doing a crash course, you don't have a lot of time, but make sure that they understand they should place their finger on the lower half of the hole, and then if they need to, they can roll that finger up to close the hole. Get them started with the correct technique, even if you can't make it really good right away. So, we have half whole G, and then the note after that we have to get to is A, which is a flick key note. Before we go there, let's practice open F with just the whisper to half whole G. So all these fingers come down with a half whole index finger. Open F. Half whole G. Not too bad. So from half whole G, we have to get to that flick A I was talking about. So you need a flick key for this note, and that's this big fat one right here, the big long one. That's the A flick key. So finger A, do you remember what that was? F, bottom of the scale, G, A. It's the same up high, except no more whisper key. We're done with the whisper key because your thumb needs to do something else. It's going to hit this flick key right here. So try that. Tongue the A, no whisper key, but flick that A key at the same time, right when you would tongue. Now that first one had a kind of a crack to it, and I didn't get the right timing. The second one was pretty clean. That's how the flick key is supposed to work. It helps that A respond without any junk at the beginning of the note. So now practice half whole G, half whole 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whisper key, getting from there to flick A. And that's a little odd because our thumb has to do 2 different things. So here's the trick. You can leave that whisper key a little bit early. By the way, there is an exercise to practice this technique in the back of the workbook, okay? So we have the whisper key down, and we have half whole G. And we're going to move that thumb up, and we're going to flick A at the same time that we raise a finger here so that our fingers are showing A. Half whole G, flick A with the flick key right here. So let's try those. G. Now, when we flick A, we have to undo the half hole and close that over at the same time we flick. Back to G. flick A. And practicing between those two notes. So that takes a little bit of work. That's probably the trickiest spot on this whole scale. After that, the fingerings are the same, B, C, and D. So flick the A and then lift some fingers and play those other high notes. Whoops, A. Now, wait a second, we need B flat. So from A, just go ahead and add that finger instead, and C and D, just like we did down below. Flick the A. That takes us all the way to D. Let's play the whole scale we know so far, all the way from low F. Whisper key down. Whoops, a B flat. That's the high D. My half hole hadn't quite fully sealed yet, so that's why that D came out low. And then you just have to check out the last couple fingerings for E natural. So go from two fingers for D, switch over to ring finger and pinky. Okay, first finger, ring finger, pinky. Now we're skipping that middle hole. So here was D, here's E. Right hand fingers all go down. Okay, so D is two fingers. Make the switch and put all three fingers down here, down at once. D, make the switch, put all three fingers down. Play between there. If any of the holes don't seal, that's what you get. And now we just need one more note, super easy. From that E natural, you lift up the ring finger paddle, and there's your high F. So, D, starting on D, high D, switch and add those fingers for E, and then lift a finger for F. Easy, right? So, let's go from the very bottom. Low F, whisper key down. B flat. Woo! So there's a 2-octave F major scale, mostly, and with a little more practice, you can hear the spot that's probably the trickiest is getting from open F to half hole G with the pinky, to half hole G, and then knowing where your flick key is without looking. It's pretty hard to look down at your thumbs while you're playing the bassoon. So look in the back of the workbook for the whisper key to flicking A exercise. There's a few different flicking exercises back there. But that's sort of the crash course if you want to teach somebody to play 2 octaves of the F major scale, or if that's what you came here to do, is just try to learn that scale, that 2-octave scale as fast as possible. So there you go, crash course in bassoon fingerings, but it still takes some practice. So study up on this video or on some of the others, and I'll see you on the other side.